Gold. It's one of the rarest, most sought after, and valuable elements in the world. It has for thousands of years been used to create incredible objects. And today, I'm unveiling 15 amazing things made out of gold. Starting with number 15, the Golden Buddha statue in Thailand. This Golden Buddha statue in Thailand is one of the most important religious monuments. It's located in Wat Phra Myt, which is a temple in Chinatown district of Bangkok. The statue is the largest solid gold Buddha in the world, weighing around 5.5 tons and standing at over 10 feet or 3 meters tall. It's long been quite the mystery, and it's believed to have been made during the Sukhothai period, which was between the 13th to the 15th centuries, during a time when Buddhism was flourishing in Thailand. The exact origins of the statue remain unknown for certain, but it's widely thought that it was created to reflect the highly artistic standards and religious devotion of the time. During the 18th century, with the threat of the Burmese invasion, the statue was covered in stucco and colored glass to disguise its true value and prevent it from being stolen or destroyed. Over time, the nature of the statue was completely forgotten, and it was moved to various locations. The statue's true identity remained hidden for centuries until the discovery in 1955. While being moved to its current location at Wat Phra Myt, the statue was accidentally dropped, causing some of the plaster to chip off and reveal the gold underneath. This revelation stunned the local community and the world, uncovering a priceless treasure that had been lost for generations. The stucco and glass covering were carefully removed, revealing the brilliant gold statue that now stands as one of Thailand's most famous religious artifacts. The statue is seated in an earth-touching gesture, where the Buddha's right hand reaches down to touch the earth, showing the moment of his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. Number 14. The America Toilet. So, art comes in many different forms, but perhaps one of the most unusual works to be revealed in recent times is a toilet called America that was created by the Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan. Unveiled in 2016 at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, it's a fully functional toilet made entirely of 18-karat solid gold. So, America quickly became one of the most talked about and controversial pieces in contemporary art, encouraging discussions on wealth, power, and the nature of art itself. The artist, known for his provocative and satirical works, designed it as a commentary on the excess of wealth and the disparity between the rich and the poor. The title of the piece itself, America, suggests a critique of American society where luxury and opulence often coexist with inequality and poverty. And by turning an ordinary object like a toilet into a symbol of opulence, Cattelan invites viewers to reflect on the absurdity of excessive wealth and the ways in which materialism exists throughout everyday life. The work became a global sensation, drawing long lines of visitors waiting to participate in the unique experience. In 2019, though, it gained further notoriety when it was stolen from the exhibition at Blenheim Palace in England, where it had been installed as a part of a retrospective of his work. The theft of the toilet, valued at around $6 million, sparked international headlines and further fueled discussions about the intersection of art, crime, and value. Despite extensive investigations, the toilet has not been recovered and its whereabouts remain unknown. 4 people have since been charged with its theft, but it's now believed that it was most likely melted down for the gold, so will unlikely ever be seen again. Number 13. The Golden Pavilion in Japan. Known as Kinkakuji in Japanese, it's one of Japan's most iconic and beautiful structures. Located in Kyoto, the ancient capital city of the country, the Golden Pavilion is a Zen Buddhist temple that was originally built as a retirement villa for the shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu in the late 14th century, but was later converted into a place of worship by his son. The reason why it's so special is its exterior, which is covered in gold leaf, giving the building a truly unique appearance. This golden cladding reflecting sunlight creates an amazing view, especially when it's reflected in the waters of the surrounding pond, known as the Kyokuchi or Mirror Pond. This, combined with the beauty of the surrounding gardens, is an example of the Japanese aesthetic of wabi-sabi, which finds beauty in simplicity and impermanence. Kinkakuji is a 3-story structure, with each floor representing a different architectural style. The first floor, known as the Chamber of Dharma Waters, is built in the style of the Heian period palaces, with natural wood pillars and white plaster walls. This floor was designed for receiving guests and conducting tea ceremonies. The second floor, the Tower of Sound Waves, is in the style of a samurai residence and features a seated statue of the Bodhisattva Kannon, the goddess of mercy. The third floor, called the Cupola of the Ultimate, is built in the style of a Chinese Zen hall with a gilded interior and features a phoenix statue on the roof symbolizing rebirth and immortality. The original pavilion was actually destroyed several times over the centuries, most famously in 1950 when it was burned down by a young monk. The current structure was rebuilt in 1955 and is an exact replica of the original, restored to preserve its historical significance. The rebuilding of Kinkakuji also included the application of more gold leaf, ensuring that the pavilion continued to shine as it did originally. Number 12. St. Edward's Crown in the UK. St. Edward's Crown is one of the most famous symbols of the British monarchy. It's steeped in history and tradition. This crown, made of solid gold and adorned with precious gems, has been the centerpiece of coronation ceremonies for British monarchs for centuries. Its significance extends beyond the material value, though, as it represents the continuity, authority, and sanctity of the British throne. The crown was named after St. Edward the Confessor, who was one of England's last Anglo-Saxon kings and reigned from 1042 to 1066. According to tradition, Edward had a crown made for his own coronation, which later became a sacred relic used in the coronations of subsequent English monarchs. But this original crown was destroyed during the English Civil War in 1649. The current St. Edward's crown was commissioned after the restoration of the monarchy in 1660 by King Charles II, who wanted to restore the grandeur and symbolism of the British monarchy. The new crown, created by the royal goldsmith Robert Viner in 1661, was designed to closely resemble the lost medieval crown. It features a solid gold frame weighing nearly 5 pounds, or about 2.5 kilograms, and it's set with 444 precious and semi-precious stones, including rubies, sapphires, garnets, amethysts, and tourmalines. The crown is topped with a cross and features 4 fleurs-de-lis and 4 crosses pâté, which are symbols of the monarchy's Christian faith and ties both English and French royalty traditions. St. Edward's crown has been used in every British coronation since Charles II, with the exception of 2. It is, though, rarely worn due to its weight and the delicate nature of its construction. So while it is used in the coronation ceremony, it's kept in the Tower of London when not in use, along with other pieces of the crown jewels. Despite its limited appearances, St. Edward's crown remains one of the most recognizable elements of the British monarchy. Number 11. The Golden Orb at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. The Golden Orb, also known as the Globus Cruciger, can be found on top of the dome of St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City and is one of the most prominent and symbolic elements of this famous structure. St. Peter's Basilica is one of the most important buildings in Christianity, serving as the spiritual center of the Roman Catholic Church and the burial site of St. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles and the first pope. The Globus Cruciger, literally meaning cross-bearing orb, is a traditional Christian symbol that dates back to the Byzantine era. It features a globe representing the world, topped by a cross representing Christ's dominion over the earth. This symbol has been used throughout Christian history to signify the authority of Christ as the ruler of the universe and the spread of the Christian faith across the globe. The placement of the Golden Orb on top of St. Peter's Basilica reinforces the status as the center of Christendom and a beacon of the Christian faith. The dome itself here is an incredible example of Renaissance architecture, and once completed in 1590, it became the focal point of the Vatican and the Catholic Church. The Golden Orb, which crowns this dome, adds a finishing touch of spiritual significance. It glistens brightly under the sun and can be seen from across Rome. Visitors are able to climb to the top not only to see the Golden Orb up close, but also for an incredible panoramic view of Vatican City and Rome, which makes it a popular pilgrimage and tourist destination. Number 10. The 1933 Double Eagle, United States. Civilizations have been using gold coins as a form of currency for centuries, but of all of them, there's one in particular that's extremely valuable, the legendary 1933 Double Eagle. It's an American $20 gold piece that's officially known as the St. Gaudens Double Eagle, and its interesting history has made it worth far more than simply the material that it's made from. Designed by the renowned sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens, the Double Eagle was first issued in 1907 and quickly became a symbol of American prosperity. The Double Eagle, though, is a special one because of the way it was produced and how rare it is. During the Great Depression, the United States faced severe economic challenges, leading President Franklin Delano Roosevelt to issue Executive Order 6102 in 1933. This order enforced the confiscation of privately held gold coins, bullion, and gold certificates with the aim of stabilizing the economy by increasing the money supply and stopping deflation. As a result of this decree, most of the 1933 double eagles were melted down by the U.S. Mint, making them officially illegal to own. Only a handful of these coins were saved, often through questionable ways. The original mintage for 1933 was about 445,500 double eagles, but virtually all were ordered to be destroyed, making any surviving specimens extremely rare. In fact, all were thought to have been destroyed until the late 20th century, when a few coins surfaced on the black market. The most famous examples involve the Class I double eagle, which remained in the hands of a single individual, King Farouk of Egypt, until his exile in 1952. Over the years, several of these coins were exported, leading to multiple legal battles and criminal prosecutions. In 2002, one of these coins was seized by the U.S. Secret Service, sparking legal debates over its rightful ownership and its legal status. The 1933 double eagle story took a turn in 2002 when a coin surfaced at an auction, prompting the U.S. government to make a claim. A landmark court decision in 2004 ruled that the 1933 double eagles were illegal to own privately, reinforcing their status as government property. Despite these rulings, a few coins have managed to bypass certain legal barriers, often fetching huge prices at auctions. One of the most prominent sales took place in 2021 when a previously unknown 1933 double eagle was sold for $18.9 million at auction, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold. This sale showed the coin's rarity and desirability among collectors and investors, and the staggering prices offered for these coins reflect not only their historical significance, but also their status as links to such a tumultuous period in American history. Number 9. The Beefeater Golden Grill. People all over the world will pay huge amounts for the perfect grill for their backyards. But for a promotional campaign, an Australian company came up with what's possibly the most opulent way of grilling meat that's ever been created. Known as the Beefeater Golden Grill, it was manufactured by Beefeater, who has long been a leader in the production of high-quality barbecues, with the reputation built on durability and performance. The Golden Grill, though, takes those elements to an entirely new level and is a custom-made one that's entirely coated in 24-karat gold. The idea behind this golden grill was to create an outdoor cooking experience that was as luxurious as it was functional. The grill itself is based on one of Beefeater's top models, featuring advanced cooking technology and everything you'd expect from a high-end grill. The grill's structure, made from robust stainless steel, will ensure that it'll last for a long time and hold the heat well, which is vital for consistently outstanding grilling. But then the entire structure, including lid, control knobs, and side panels, is coated in 24-karat gold, giving it a dazzling reflective finish. The gold coating is not just for show either, it's applied in a way to withstand high temperatures and the rigorous conditions of typical outdoor cooking. Though it was primarily designed as a one-of-a-kind item, the Golden Grill generated interest from customers and collectors from around the world, and it's now thought that quite a few of them have been produced and delivered to clients. Number 8. The Voyager Golden Records. The Voyager Golden Records, they're some of the most unique and special artifacts ever created by humans, designed not only as scientific instruments, but also as messages to any potential extraterrestrial intelligence. Launched aboard the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecraft in 1977, the phonograph records are time capsules intended to tell the story of Earth to any alien civilizations that might find them in the distant future. Each golden record is a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc, carefully designed to survive the harsh conditions of interstellar space for potentially billions of years. The records are housed in protective aluminum covers, along with instructions and a stylus to help any entity that finds them to understand how to play them. The content of the golden records was decided upon by a team that was led by the famous astronomer Carl Sagan, who wanted to create a portrait of Earth that could be understood by beings with no knowledge of human culture or languages. The records contain 115 images, a variety of natural sounds such as wind, thunder, and bird calls, and a wide selection of music from different cultures and eras, ranging from classical compositions by Bach and Beethoven to traditional songs from various global traditions. There are also greetings spoken in 55 different languages, including a message from the then UN Secretary-General Kurt Waldheim and a printed message from the US President Jimmy Carter. One of the most important features of the golden records is the inclusion of human sounds, such as a mother's kiss, a baby's cry, and the beating of a human heart. These sounds were chosen to communicate the shared experiences of life on Earth. Furthermore, the record includes a message encoded in the language of DNA. It's a universal part of life on Earth in an attempt to relay the biological connection of all Earth's living organisms. The music on the records was selected to represent a wide range of cultures and musical styles. It includes everything from traditional folk music from Africa and Asia to modern compositions from the West. Examples include Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Goode, a classic of American rock and roll, and Johann Sebastian Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 2. This mix was meant to show the diversity and richness of human culture to any potential listeners. As the Voyager spacecraft continues to travel through space, having already left the solar system, the golden records remain on their journey. Though the chances of the records ever being found by intelligent beings are virtually zero, the project represents an act of optimism and an example of human curiosity and our desire to connect with the unknown. Moving on to number 7, Tutankhamun's Mask. Tutankhamun's mask is undoubtedly one of the most iconic and well-recognized artifacts from ancient Egypt. This incredible piece of art was discovered in 1922 by British archaeologist Howard Carter during the excavation of the young pharaoh's tomb in the Valley of the Kings. The mask, which covered the face of Tutankhamun, is not only an incredible example of ancient craftsmanship, but also a symbol of the wealth, power, and artistry of that ancient Egyptian civilization. Crafted from solid gold and inlaid with precious stones, the mask weighs around 22 pounds or 10 kilograms, and it's about 21 inches or 54 centimeters tall. The mask depicts the young pharaoh with his idealized features in line with ancient Egyptian concept of beauty and divine kingship. His face was smooth and flawless, with almond-shaped eyes, high cheekbones, and full lips, all framed by a false beard, which is a symbol of his status as a living god. The gold work is of the highest quality, demonstrating the skill of the artisans who created it. The eyes are inlaid with quartz and obsidian, giving them a lifelike quality, while the eyebrows and cosmetic lines are made of lapis lazuli, adding to the mask's colorful appearance. The collar around the neck is composed of semi-precious stones, including turquoise and carnelian, arranged in a complex pattern. The mask, though, wasn't just designed as a piece of art, but also as a powerful religious object. In the ancient Egyptian belief, the mask was meant to ensure that the pharaoh could be recognized by the gods in the afterlife, and therefore achieve eternal life. The inscriptions on the mask include protective spells from the Book of the Dead, a collection of texts that guided souls through the underworld and helped them overcome challenges on their journey to the afterlife. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, and particularly his mask, had a huge impact on the world. It brought to light the lavishness of ancient Egypt and the skill of their craftsmen, sparking a global fascination with Egyptology. Today, the mask can be seen on display in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, where it continues to draw countless visitors from around the planet. Number 6. The Palme d'Or. There are a number of prestigious prizes in filmmaking, and while you might think the pinnacle would be to win an Oscar, there's another that competes for the top spot, the Palme d'Or. It's the top award that's given during the annual Cannes Film Festival in France and recognizes an exceptional contribution to the art of cinema. The trophy itself, with its distinctive palm leaf design, has become a symbol of cinematic excellence. The origins of the Palme d'Or can be traced back to 1955, when the Cannes Film Festival looked to introduce a new prize that would carry artistic and symbolic significance. Prior to the Palme d'Or, the top prize at Cannes was known as the Grand Prix du Festival International du Film, which had been awarded since the festival's beginnings in 1946. The introduction of the Palme d'Or marked a shift towards a more iconic and visually striking symbol, inspired by the palm leaf that's featured in the coat of arms in the city of Cannes. The making of each Palme d'Or trophy is a detailed process, requiring the expertise of master craftsmen and jewelers. Since 1998, the Swiss luxury jewelry house Chopard has been responsible for crafting it, which further increases its status as a symbol of luxury. The process involves around 40 hours of work, with each trophy being slightly unique. Over the decades, the award is given to some of the most influential and groundbreaking films and directors in cinema history, including Federico Fellini, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, Jane Campion, and Bong Joon-ho. The Palme d'Or not only rewards artistic achievement, but also often highlights films that push boundaries of storytelling or challenge societal norms. Number 5. The Imperial Coronation Fabergé Egg. The Fabergé eggs, they're some of the most renowned objects of all, and are a collection of pieces that were made by the House of Fabergé, a Russian jeweler from St. Petersburg between 1885 and 1917. In all, it's thought that there were 69 of them made, with 57 of them known to have survived to this day. Each one is unique in its own way and extremely valuable. The Imperial Coronation Fabergé egg is one of the most exquisite of all. It's celebrated for its craftsmanship, opulent materials, and rich historical significance. Commissioned by Tsar Nicholas II of Russia in 1897 as an Easter gift for his wife, Empress Alexandra Fedorovna, it's become a symbol of the opulence of Romanov dynasty. Ultimately, it was created to commemorate the coronation of Nicholas II and Alexandra, which took place on May 26, 1896. The egg was designed by the chief workmaster at Fabergé, Mikhail Perkin, and measured around 5 inches or 12.7 centimeters in height. It's made of gold and is covered in a rich yellow enamel, which is engraved with a pattern that resembles the cloth of gold that was used in the coronation robes of the empress. Now, what makes it the Imperial Coronation Egg a truly remarkable thing is not just the exterior, but also the surprise hidden within. Something Fabergé eggs are famous for. In the case of this one, nestled within a velvet-lined compartment is a detailed replica of the imperial coach used to transport the empress during her coronation procession. This miniature coach, made of gold, platinum, diamonds, rubies, and rock crystal, is an exceptional example of miniature engineering. It's so precise that even the interior upholstery of the coach is faithfully reproduced. The egg's surprise element also shows the importance of the coronation ceremony, while also showcasing the creativity of Fabergé artisans. The egg was presented to Empress Alexandra on Easter morning of 1897, and it quickly became one of her most treasured possessions. The Imperial Coronation Egg eventually found its way into private collections and was later purchased by the American media magnate Malcolm Forbes. In 2004, it was acquired by the Victor Vekselberg Foundation, and it's now part of the Fabergé Museum in St. Petersburg, Russia. Number 4. The Golden Hall, Stockholm. The Golden Hall is one of the most stunning and historically significant spaces in Stockholm, Sweden. It's located within the City Hall there, and it's most famously known for being the venue of the Grand Ball that follows the Nobel Prize banquet, which is held each year on December 10th. The Golden Hall's name comes from its most notable feature, the intricate mosaics that cover the walls, crafted from over 18 million pieces of gold leaf and colored glass. The City Hall was designed by the architect Ragnar Otsberg and completed in 1923 and serves as the seat of the municipal council for the city of Stockholm. The Golden Hall, which is on the second floor of this building, measures 144 feet or 44 meters long and 66 feet or 20 meters wide, being both grand in scale and lavish in every direction. The mosaics were designed by the Swedish artist Einar Forsseth and were completed between 1921 and 23. Forsseth's designs draw heavily on the Byzantine and early Christian art traditions, which are known for their use of gold leaf and intricate symbolic imagery. The central motif of the Golden Hall's mosaics is the depiction of the Queen of Lake Mälaren. This figure, a personification of Stockholm, is shown seated on a throne, holding the city in her lap, with Lake Mälaren and the cityscape of Stockholm spread out before her. Surrounding her are various historical figures, as well as representations of different parts of the world, symbolizing Stockholm's status as an international city at a crossroad of cultures. The east wall of the hall features a large mosaic depicting Saint Eric, the patron saint of Stockholm, and other important figures from Swedish history, including the King Gustav Vasa. The imagery here is rich in symbolism, reflecting themes of unity, peace, and the cultural achievements of the Swedish. It's a fitting place for the Nobel Prize banquet's after-party, where Nobel laureates, Swedish royalty, and distinguished guests dance and celebrate in an atmosphere of unmatched grandeur. Number 3. The Hand of Faith Gold Nugget in Las Vegas. The Hand of Faith Gold Nugget is one of the most famous gold discoveries of modern times. Weighing in at a huge 875 troy ounces, which is around 60 pounds or 27 kilograms, it is the largest of its kind that was found using a metal detector and was the biggest gold nugget currently on public display. The nugget's name, Hand of Faith, was given because of the unusual shape it has, which resembles a hand or an outstretched arm. The story of it begins in September 1980 in the small town of Kingaur, Victoria, Australia, which is in the area that's historically been known for its gold fields. Kevin Hillier, an amateur prospector with a metal detector, was searching for gold in an area that had already been previously mined but largely forgotten. As he walked across a field, his metal detector suddenly emitted a strong signal, and by digging down just a few inches, he unearthed this massive gold nugget, which was lying barely beneath the surface. The discovery of the Hand of Faith quickly made headlines around the world, capturing imaginations of everyone who heard about it. The nugget's sheer size and weight, combined with the fact that it was so close to the surface, made the story even more fascinating as an example of the richness that still lay hidden in Australia's goldfields. Shortly after the discovery, it was sold to the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, for over $1 million, which was a huge sum at the time. Since its acquisition, the Hand of Faith has been displayed at the Golden Nugget Casino, where it continues to draw thousands of people each year. As more than just a massive chunk of gold, it does represent the allure and mystique of gold prospecting, something that countless people have attempted for centuries. Its discovery serves as a reminder of the wealth that still the earth holds and the possibility of striking it rich through persistent skill and just sometimes sheer luck. Number 2. The Golden Temple in India. The Golden Temple is one of the most revered and iconic spiritual sites in India. Located in the city of Amritsar in the state of Punjab, the Golden Temple is the holiest shrine in Sikhism and serves as a symbol of the Sikh faith, culture, and history. The temple is known for its breathtaking architecture, spiritual ambiance, and the values of equality, service, and devotion that it represents. The history of the Golden Temple dates back to the late 16th century, when the 4th Sikh guru, Guru Ram Das, founded the city and began the construction of a central place of worship for Sikhs. The construction of the temple itself was completed by the 5th guru, Guru Arjan Dev, in 1604. The temple became the spiritual and cultural center for Sikhs, and over the centuries it's been a site of pilgrimage for millions. Its architecture is a blend of Islamic and Hindu styles, reflecting the inclusive and universal ideas of Sikhism. The interior temple is equally as amazing, with intricate marble work, inlaid gemstones, and beautifully painted ceilings. The sanctum houses the Guru Granth Sahib, a central religious scripture of Sikhism, which is recited continuously throughout the day. Now, one of the interesting things about the Golden Temple is its tradition of langar, a community kitchen that serves free meals to all visitors, regardless of their religion, caste, or social status. This tradition, established by Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, embodies the Sikh principles of selfless service, equality, and compassion. Volunteers from all walks of life come together to prepare and serve food, making the langar a powerful expression of community and humanity. Today, the Golden Temple is not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of peace, unity, and devotion. It attracts millions of people and tourists from around the world who come to experience it for themselves, to see the impressive architecture, and take part in the communal meals of the langar. The Golden Temple continues to represent the enduring values of Sikhism: equality, service, humility, and the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Number 1. The Henry Graves Supercomplication. The Henry Graves Supercomplication is one of the most extraordinary and complex timepieces ever created. Crafted by the Swiss watchmaker Patek Philippe, the Supercomplication was commissioned by the American banker and watch collector Henry Graves Jr. in the early 20th century. And with its complexity, history, and auction records, this pocket watch has become a legendary artifact in the world of timekeeping. The story begins in the 1920s, during a time when the wealthy elite competed to own the most intricate and unique timepieces. Henry Graves Jr., a financier and passionate watch collector from New York, was really keen on outdoing his rival, James Ward Packard, an automobile magnate who also loved the complex watches. Graves commissioned Patek Philippe in 1925 to create a watch that would be the most complicated ever made, and the result was the Henry Graves Supercomplication, which was completed in 1932 after 7 years of careful design and craftsmanship. The watch features 24 complications, functions beyond the basic display of hours, minutes, and seconds, making it the most complex mechanical watch ever. Its features include a perpetual calendar, a minute repeater with Westminster chimes, sunrise and sunset times, a celestial chart of the night sky as seen from Graves' apartment in New York, and a split-second chronograph, among others. The watch is encased in 18-karat gold, and its movement consists of over 900 individual parts, all meticulously handcrafted and assembled. Once it was complete, the Henry Graves Supercomplication immediately became a symbol of wealth, status, and the heights of human ingenuity. The watch continued to make headlines long after Graves' time, and in 1999 it was sold at Sotheby's for a then record price of $11 million, making it the most expensive watch ever sold at auction. The record was shattered again in 2014 when the watch was sold for $24 million, reaffirming its place as one of the most valuable and coveted timepieces. The value isn't just because of its functionality and because it's made from gold, but because it's a masterpiece that represents the pinnacle of watchmaking artistry and technical innovation. Today, this remains a legendary artifact, and it represents a bygone era of craftsmanship where the pursuit of perfection in timekeeping was seen as the ultimate expression of art and luxury. The supercomplication continues to inspire watchmakers, collectors, and enthusiasts, and it stands as a reminder of the extraordinary possibilities of mechanical watchmaking and the enduring appeal of the finest timepieces. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.